Hello everyone, I'm Udayashree, working as Assistant Professor and Department of CSM, MLRITM. And this particular video, we are going to discuss the introduction to the design and analysis of algorithms. Which is a part of the DAS subject. Let us begin the session. First, the word algorithm comes from the name of famous mathematician Abu Jafar Muhammad ibn Musa Khwarizmi around the 825 AD. Means around the year of 825 AD, he wrote the important books on the mathematics. Here the algorithm means a step-by-step procedure to solve a particular problem. Means to solve the problem, we are using the step-by-step process. So for example, making tea. What is the procedure for the making a tea here? First we boil the water. Next we add some sugar and tea powder, and next we add some milk. After that we serve the tea there. For the first step here, boiling water. Second one, add tea powder. And third one, add sugar. Fourth one, add milk. The fifth one is serve the tea. This is, we are saying this one is the algorithm. How we are saying this is the algorithm? We are writing the clear step-by-step procedure. How we are saying this particular one is the algorithm? We are write the steps clearly here, and we are writing the sequence order. So step-by-step procedure, and we are writing in a sequence order, and this giving a solution to us. That's why you are calling this as the algorithm here. We are writing the clear steps, and these steps are in the sequence order, and this giving the solution. That's why we are saying this particular one is the algorithm here. We have to remember the definition here. The definition is the algorithm is an efficient method for finding out the solution for the given problem, and it is a sequence of instructions here that conveys the method to address a problem here. Okay. And what is the design and analysis of algorithm? In this particular DAS subject, not only are writing the algorithm here, we are thinking deeply about this algorithm here. What it deals with here means it deals with the designing the efficient algorithms. How we are saying the algorithms are the efficient here? Means based on the time only and space only, we are saying that particular one is the efficient algorithm. When we are saying that algorithm is the efficient one, means that uses the less time and less space, then only we can say that that particular algorithm is the efficient one. For example, we are taking the algorithm A and algorithm B. Algorithm A takes the 1 second to run that particular algorithm, and algorithm B takes the 10 seconds of time. How we can say that which one is the efficient one in these two? Means the algorithm 1 is the efficient one because it uses the less time compared to the here algorithm B. Algorithm B uses the 10 seconds and algorithm A uses the 1 second. Means algorithm A uses the less time compared to the algorithm B here. That's why we are saying the algorithm A is the efficient one compared to the algorithm B here. Here the DA deals with the designing the efficient algorithm. Designing means we are creating the algorithm. The efficient algorithm. We are designing the efficient algorithm here. The next one is the analyzing their correctness here. The correctness means what here? That particular algorithm giving the correct solution or not. That we are analyzing. And next one is it deals with the evaluating their performance here. The performance that in terms of the time and the space here. Based on the time and space only, we can analyze the performance of the algorithm here. That is the that deals with these steps. Coming to the definition of the algorithm here, we already discussed about the definition. What is the definition of the algorithm? Is a step-by-step procedure to solve the computational problems computational problems is called algorithm. Another definition for the algorithm is as a step-by-step plan for computational procedure that possibly begins with the input and only an output value in a finite number of steps in order to solve a particular problem. What is the meaning of the definition here? What we are doing? We are writing the step-by-step plan to solve a problem. That in that one we are giving the inputs that provides the some output. We are writing the algorithm in the finite number of steps. We are not writing infinite here. We are writing the finite number of steps. After completion of the finite number of steps, only we get the output here. That's the definition of the algorithm. You can write anything, the first one or second one. So what are the characteristics of the algorithm here? And this we have the input, output, and definiteness and finiteness and effectiveness. Here, the inputs. The algorithm can take 0 or more inputs. We are solving the problem means we have to give the inputs, right? But the algorithm takes the 0 or more inputs, and based on the inputs that provides the solution that may be a 1 or more, at least the 1 output. And definiteness here. Each step is clearly defined. Algorithm means only the step by step, clear steps, and the sequence order. And that each step is clearly defined here. And finiteness, the algorithm terminates after a finite number of steps here. Next, effectiveness. Each operation is a basic, means a simple one. That is understand by everyone. The next, pseudocode. There is one way of writing the algorithm here using the English language. And this looks like a code, but it doesn't follow the strict programming rules here. That's the pseudocode. This is an informal English-like representation of the algorithm that ignores the syntax rules of the programming language. What are the advantages of the pseudocode here? That is very easy to understand. Means we are using the only simple English language here to write the algorithm by using the pseudocode here. And that particular one we are using the some words of programming languages, but it doesn't follow the exact syntaxes here. So it ignores the syntax rules here. The next one advantage is language independent. What's the meaning of language independent? We are not following any programming language to write the pseudocode here. We are just using the English language, simple English language, and we are using the some words which we are using the programming languages. So this is the advantages of the pseudocode. The language independent. Based on the pseudocode, the designer or programmer can write the code by using any programming language, and pseudocode helps in the program design before the coding. These are the advantages of the pseudocode. That's the one example for the pseudocode. The example one is the find maximum of two numbers. This is the pseudocode. And this the algo. We are writing the algorithm. We are finding the what here? Maximum of two numbers. The algorithm max. We are finding the maximum value. So we are using the max word here. And between the two numbers, we are finding the maximum, which is the maximum one, right? We are taking the two inputs, A and B here. We are giving the two inputs, the two numbers, that is the A and B. What is the output we get? We have to get maximum of A and B. We get the output maximum of A and B. We are begin the writing if. We are checking the condition here if A greater than B. Means A is the biggest one. If A is the biggest one, B is the smallest one, means that prints the A. We are writing the algorithm like this. If condition is false, means there goes the else step, that prints the B. We are ending this algorithm. This is the pseudocode writing. We are using the some English language, and we use the some programming words right here. We use the if, else, began and end. We use all these words, right? So we use the simple English language and the some programming words here. This is the pseudocode for expressing the algorithm. Thus the algorithm expression is another example. And this example, suppose there are the 60 students in the class. The total number of students we are taking in the example is 60. How will you calculate the number of absentees in the class? How will find the number of absentees in the class? We have the total number of students and we have to find the number of absentees. It means we have to count the present students, right? We have the total. After we have to count the percentage numbers. After that, what we have to do? Have to subtract the count value from the total. Then only we get the absentees count, right? That's the algorithm. How we are writing? First, we have to initialize the variables called the count, and the absent, and the total here. The count we are initializing with the 0 and absent to the 0, and we have the total value, that is the 60, right? We are initializing the total with the 60. We don't have the value of count and the value of the absent. That's why we are taking as the zeros here. The next step is for each student present. So what we are doing, we are increase the count by 1 until the completion of the count of the students in the class. We repeat this step. After completion of this, what we are doing, then subtract the count from the total and store that result in the absent. The next what we are doing, we are displace the number of absent students. There is the algorithmic approach. Only we are using the simple English language in this. Is the only algorithm. This one is a pseudocode. In this we are using a simple English language. At the same time, there are some programming words here. The same example with the pseudocode approach here. The same example in this also they given the total number of students is 60 and we have to find the number of absentees in the class. There is the pseudo approach. Count, we are taking count as 0 and absent as 0 and total is 0. We are assigning the 60 to the total here. We use the some symbols we are using in the programming language, right? The next step is repeat till all students counted. Count to count plus 1 we are assigning to the count. After repeat completion of all the students count, we are going to subtract the count from the total. That we are assigning to the absent. Next, the step is we are printing the number of absentees. That is the pseudo approach. Same example, but we are writing in a different way, right? In this particular algorithmic approach, we only use the simple English language. And this particular one, we use the English language. At the same time, we are using the programming words in this. That's the difference between the algorithm and pseudocode. What are the needs of the algorithm? The first one, to understand the basic idea of the problem. For what purpose we are writing the algorithm here? To solve the problem only. To solve the problem, first we have to understand the problem, right? This particular algorithm is right for to understand the basic idea of the problem and also to find an approach to solve a problem and also to improve the efficiency of the existing techniques, and also it is used to understand the basic principles of the designing of the algorithm and to compare the performance of the algorithm with the respect to the other techniques. And this is the best method of description here without describing the implementation details. We are not describing any implementation details here. Only we are describing the a step-by-step process to solve that particular problem. And next, it gives the clear description of the requirements and also goal of the problem to the designer. A good design can provide a good solution. These are the need of the algorithm. How we are analyzing the performance of the algorithm in terms of the time and space only, right? The first topic in this particular subject is the performance analysis of the algorithm. How we are analyzing the performance in terms of the time and the space only. The algorithm, when we can say that that particular algorithm is the efficient and fast one, if it takes the less time to execute and consumes the less memory at runtime, then only we can say that that particular algorithm is the efficient one. Is called as the performance analysis. And this particular one we are considering the two, right? Space and time. Here the space complexity. What is the meaning of space complexity? How much space we need to execute the program? How much space it taking? That is the space here. The amount of memory space required by an algorithm during the course of execution is called as space complexity. Here in this we have the three types of spaces. The first one is the instruction space, means the executable programs, and data space means required to store all the constants and variable data space. And the next one is the environment. It is required to store the environment information needed to the suspended spaces here. The next one is the time complexity. Means what time complexity of the algorithm is the total amount of the time required by an algorithm to complete its execution. In this also we have three types. The first one is the three cases: best case, average case, and worst case. When we can say that that particular algorithm belongs to the best case, if the algorithm takes the less time, that algorithm belongs to the best case. If that particular algorithm takes the expected time, then we can say that that algorithm belongs to the average case. If that particular algorithm takes a maximum amount of time to execute, means that particular algorithm belongs to the worst case. These are the three types of the times here. The next session we will discuss about the asymptotic notations. Thank you.